I'm Chris Erdmann, and this is Made of More, the show where we go beyond business to uncover real stories that shape entrepreneurs, leaders, and change makers. Every Wednesday at 8 a.m. on KKNW, we explore the pivotal moments, the adversity faced, the risks taken, and the resilience found along the way. This isn't just about what people have built, it's about who they've become. If you're ready for inspiration, practical insights, and stories that remind you that you too are made of more, you're in the right place.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whenever you're listening from. This is Chris Erdmann, your host of the show Made of More. And today we got a special guest, Alia Joy, founder of Organic Design, nonprofit committed to helping people uncover the rooted causes of illnesses and to restore the true health of each person. Through her compassionate guidance, collaborative care, and a vision rooted in God's design for abundant life, Alia helps individuals access support and gives the resources they need to heal and thrive. Welcome to the show.
Wow, thank you so much.
Oh, yeah, you are welcome. Thank you for coming here.
Thank you. This is awesome to be here.
How was it getting here today?
Well, it was raining, but that's okay. I made it safely, and I brought my dog with me because I was like, you're going to be my moral support.
Oh, you should have brought your dog up here with us.
Wait, I could have?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, that'd be fun. Okay, well, he's here in spirit.
Another time.
Yes.
Another time. So let's talk about you and your business. But first of all, tell me, where did you grow up?
I grew up here in the Kirkland area. Houghton Beach area was like my stomping ground. My mom and I, and I've loved growing up here. I've come to actually like the rain and love the greenery. I definitely thought I wanted to move out of here because of the rain, but I came to become very fond of it, and I love the people here so much.
Yeah, the people are great, and
they're so great.
I get what you're saying about the rain, because when I go travel and it's sunny, like for weeks, I do start missing the rain.
Yeah, isn't it kind of interesting? Yeah, and like the fresh air is just so nice.
The air is amazing over here.
It is.
Yeah. So tell me, Organic Design, where did this name come from?
Yeah, that's such a great question. So I had been thinking about a lot of names, and one was actually Thrive Projects was one that I was going for, and as I was looking at it to see what names out there I could use, that one was definitely taken. And so I just started to pray and ask God, like, okay, what do you want this to be about? And this is yours, not mine. And I just really felt like design just is who we are and how we're made, and it's our human bodies, and we are like God's artwork. And so I loved the word design. And then organic actually came from this book that I was reading, and I was reading, I can't remember what the book was right now, but they were describing John the Baptist as an organic man. And I've never heard anyone be described as organic before. And I thought that's such a cool way to describe somebody. And so all of a sudden one day I just was looking at the two words, and then I just put them together, and I was like, whoa, that fits great, and it's awesome. And so organic represents a lot of things. It represents healing naturally with natural medicine. It represents like what I believe our true design is, to live in a state of health and just vitality. And
I love that. I love that. What is natural medicine?
Yeah, that's also a great question. So natural medicine is, for instance, like herbs and ways to treat the body that is from the earth. And also that doesn't include like modern medication ways. It's been very studied. Natural medicine goes back to like ancient ways of living, like from our ancestors, from Native Americans to Chinese medicine to just even our own Western origin and ancestors who've created and studied plants and how to utilize what earth gives us that can benefit our bodies and our health.
I love that. A lot of people think like natural medicine is something new, but really it's like you just said, thousands of years old.
Yeah, it is. It's very thousands of years old. Now we have a lot more technology that we can study it more. For instance, like stem cell is a part of natural medicine, and that's been more in the recent years. They've been studying that more and realizing that it has so much benefits for people who deal with chronic illness or autoimmune or cancer, things like that. And so it really, we were like given the tools from years ago, our ancestors, and now we're building on those tools because of the technology that we have now. And so it's really amazing. It's fascinating to learn what's happening.
That is fascinating. I've been like really looking and stem cells. I don't know a lot about it, but I just hear like snippets about what these big breakthroughs and how it's solving all kinds of issues.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah,
stuff.
All the way to like anti-aging or aging reversal.
Yeah, I don't know a ton about that, but I do know that it helps to regrow and like regenerate your body and your tissues and your joints and help your cells. It gives like your cells this like renewal. Helps to help your body just fully renew from the inside out.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll get into that later.
Yeah, there's so much there.
There's so much there. What was the moment or experience that made you realize that this nonprofit needed to exist?
Oh, wow. Yeah. So I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease at 15. And I was completely like, the pain bound me to my bed for almost 4 years. I could hardly move because I was in so much pain. And when I was in that place, I just had this heart to help people. And I knew that was something I really wanted to do. And so I just had that idea from when I was like 17. I remember writing it down in my journal and being like, I want to help people. And maybe that's like through a nonprofit. And then over the years, it just has come up more and more. And I've like just been praying about it more and more. And then I just felt like when I was going through the worst part of my sickness, I really wanted to have more people by my side who knew what was going on, who understood what it's like to have an autoimmune disease, to have a friend to kind of be there for me. And I love my parents and they were so there for me. But you know, it's different when it's somebody who like really deeply understands. And I created this nonprofit in hopes to be a friend to people who struggle and
you could relate.
Exactly, because I can relate. And so to show them that, you know, they are seen and heard, and to also give them more understanding of what we have in our world today to utilize all different types of medicine and to also just encourage and help grow and heal in emotional setting as well, because dealing with an autoimmune disease, it's very mental and emotional, and therapy is so helpful. And so just being able to be like a autoimmune coach for people, help them in that way.
I would love to know a little bit more, like what was your experience what did you feel like? What were some of your days like when you're experiencing this autoimmune disease?
Well, I actually had a flare-up in these last couple months, and you saw me when I was in a bad flare-up.
I couldn't tell.
I know.
Yeah. You were still smiling.
Yes. Yeah, that's God. He helps me do that at my family. But yeah, so when I'm in a bad flare-up, it is not super noticeable because it is kind of an invisible disease. But this flare-up was the first time that I couldn't walk. My knees were so swollen that every step was so painful. And this was the first time I actually went to the ER because of that. And so
this was when I saw you in Hawaii?
This was right after Hawaii.
Right after Hawaii, okay.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. It just like came on really sudden. I woke up one morning and I was like, ooh, I do not feel right. And I couldn't quite understand what it felt like. I felt like I was like feeling sick, like I might throw up. And then I went and I got my legs on the side of my bed and I went to stand up and I almost fell over because of the pain. Did you know
before you put your legs on the ground?
I could tell something was wrong, that my knees were like way more in pain and more swollen. And I did not get good sleep that night. But I didn't realize that it was going to be so painful to even walk. And so when I don't even know how I made it to the bathroom, but I made it to the bathroom with like little step by step. And then I called my mom because I couldn't get to her room. And so I was just calling her and I was like, Mom, I can't move. Like I feel like this is really bad. I don't know what's going on. And the reason why I went to the ER is because my doctor thought that I might have a blood clot because of the way that it was sounding, but thankfully that was not true. It was just the inflammation was just really intense. So
You're you're like knowing you and hearing about this pain and hearing about this pain through other people is like how strong you are as a person.
Oh, thank you.
You know, like I said, I saw you sometime around the time you were having this flare up, and I would never have known unless somebody told me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. It's something that I think gets me through is the mindset. I feel like I used to dwell on just the pain and the negativity, but it just caused me to be in depression, and that's not a life that I want to live. And I choose to like live in that hope, but not every day is easy. Not every day I'm smiling, and my parents get to see those days where, you know, I'm angry and I'm sad, and I cry often, even in days where I am doing good, but sometimes you just have to cry and let it out and move through the emotions, because pain is painful and you don't want to live in that state. And so you need to release it as best you can and give it to God.
Give it to God.
Mm-hmm.
Can you describe more this mindset? I mean, you just described quite a bit, but like, can you walk me through like how you have such a strong mindset and what that means internally for you? You mind sharing that with us?
Of course, yeah. For me, so I grew up in the church. I grew up Christian, and my parents are, and I just always at a young age just loved Jesus and had that in my heart. And then when this happened, I just really, that was what I could hold on to. That was the one thing I could control, was my faith. And when everything else in my life was I was losing so much, my life was just stopping. And to be 15 and to have to drop out of high school and all of a sudden be in so much pain, like it changes your world drastically. And I didn't have a lot at that time. And so God was my anchor of just believing in like, okay, things can get better. They will get better. I will believe in what I hear in the truth of the word and the healings that all happened in the Bible. Like I can believe in that. And then there was like around 2020 when COVID happened, I fell into a really bad depression. And I believe like my body was finally like having a chance to release the pain. And it came out in this kind of form of depression, is my own like scientific thing that I was processing with. And when that was going on, I started to really question God. And I was like, I don't know if I can believe in you, God. Like I just went through these 4 years of like horrible pain. And I don't like, how can you be real if you allowed that to happen? And I just kept, just that whole year I went through a process of learning about kind of different religions and different ways of life, and have respect for everybody. And I just chose, and my heart just kept going back to God and to Jesus for me. And what has helped me so much during the pain is surrender. And I think this mindset of trusting God and the things that I can't control, and releasing control, and constantly laying down anxiety, laying down worry, laying down fear of the future, whatever it is, and giving that to God, and just releasing it in that way, I think has really helped me mentally and spiritually and physically, this act of just full like surrender. Like here I am in like the most rawness of who I am in front of God, and just like, this is it, you take it. And just laying it at his feet, like
that's beautiful,
giving it to him.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that.
Thank you.
During this time of self and spiritual exploration, and when you just turn the switch on to being open to other religions, other ways of life, because you are a pretty open-minded person. You know, you're very accepting. You make people feel welcome. And so what comes with that is having an open mind, right? When you were surrendering, like, what is that? Who did you have in your corner? Like, did you have mentors or people to talk to that kind of helped you find your way you wanted to go?
Definitely. Yes. I was blessed at this time to be a part of a house church. And there was like 15 of us in this house church. And we would meet every Sunday for like literally from like 9 a.m. till like all the way till 9 p.m. sometimes.
What is a house church?
Oh, yeah, a house church. So a house church there was this man who started doing this pastor who broke up his church into being a house church and meaning that people meet in their living rooms. So it's really like what it was like in the book of Acts, where you're just like meeting all in like houses. And his heart was to like have more intimacy with people and people to be able to have like this time of like real deep connection in God's presence, but also with fellowship among each other. And so there's a lot of house churches around the country, around the world. And so I wanted to be a part of that, and one, because I grew up in like a bigger church, which I also loved, but I felt like for that part of my life, I needed a more smaller setting and to be able to ask the hard questions, to be able to have people who were walking alongside me in a way of like holding me up, even when I didn't feel like I could stand up in this like spirit wise. They were just helping me in that. And so that was a big part of my mentorship, was through that church. And then also I had other people on the side, like who I call like are my spiritual moms and spiritual dads, and they helped me so much. And also my own parents were really there for me as well, and they blessed me. I'm so thankful to have a mom that I do, and a dad that I do, and also my best friends who were this with me through so much hardship, and they stuck with me, and they were also like an anchor for me, just in faith, but also just to help me in life to not fall so deeply down into depression.
Wow, how beautiful, how responsible too, to like you're taking your circle, you're going out there and finding it. You're putting in your own effort, and I just got to say, what leadership that you carry for yourself. Yeah, thank you for sharing that, and the power of surrounding yourself around people that have a similar belief system to you, and that people that care about you and love you, and doesn't sound like it was like the church. It was the people, each individual in the church and family that you were seeking out.
Yes, it's so important.
Okay, well, I just want to say thank you for that. We're actually going to go to a brief break for some messages, but tune back in. You're listening to the show Made of More. I'm your host, Chris Erdmann, and I'm sitting here with Alia Joy, founder of Organic Design. So see you soon.
When I smoke weed, I get lost in the music. I like to isolate each instrument. The rhythmic bass, the harmonies on the piano, the sticky melody.
Hey, careful, babe. There's someone crossing the street.
Sorry, I didn't see him there.
If you feel different, you drive different. Don't drive high. It's dangerous and illegal everywhere. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hello, I'm Chris Erdmann. Every Wednesday at 8 a.m. on KKNW, I sit down with inspiring entrepreneurs, creative minds, and game changers to uncover the real stories behind their business. On my show, Made of More, we explore the challenges that they've overcome, the breakthroughs that they've celebrated, and the mindset that drives them forward. If you're ready to unlock your full entrepreneurial potential, Made of More is the show for you, because here we know you are made of more. Every Wednesday at 8 a.m. on KKNW.
Don't ask me to talk.
There's a lot of talk out there. Political talk, sports talk, girl talk, trash talk, and so on. But there's only one, Don't Ask Me to Talk, helmed by conversational off-roaders and podcast pals Eric Ryder and Stacy Heller. They follow every tangent they encounter, from cultural blind spots to their infamous weekly Wheelo topics. Listen wherever you listen to your fave podcasts. Subscribe and share too. Or tune in every Saturday at 3 p.m. or Tuesday at 4 p.m. on KKNW.
Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/1150KKNW.
Welcome back to the show Made of More. I'm your host, Chris Erdmann, and we're sitting here with Alia Joy of Organic Design. And she was just telling us about her support group. And during the break, we're starting to talk about the importance of community as holistic medicine. Do you want to expand on that a bit?
Yeah, I would say for me in my healing, having such a solid support system and really seeking that out has been so helpful for me. And because there's so much of the time when you're going through something physical that you can't do much at all. And you need people to come alongside you and be there for you. And I recognized when I was younger, I had a hard time actually being vulnerable with people and telling them how I truly felt and how much pain I truly was in. Mm-hmm. And this flare up this time around, I was way more open to people and just real with them of how it felt. And I had so much support and was just like covered by people, and they would bring food or they would, pray with me or whatever it is. And
a
hug, exactly. Yeah. All of that. And it's so needed. And so I just encourage people to be honest with their loved ones and their friends and let them in on what's going on, because people want to love you. Mm-hmm. They want to help you, and to give them the opportunity to do that.
What does it look like to give people the opportunity? For me, I think kind of one of the hardest things to do is being vulnerable and opening up. Do you have any suggestions on how to be vulnerable and how to open up to people so that they know how to work with you or treat you or meet you where you're at?
Yeah, it is scary to do that. It's scary because you don't know what opinions of you will be. And it's common to want people to like you. I deal with that of wanting people's approval. And you really just have to let all that go and just really discern too, like, okay, this person is loyal. This person has been in my life for a long time. This person I really trust, and know that no matter what is going on personally, no matter how ugly it is or how beautiful it is, that this person can hold that with you. And people who truly love you, they won't judge you, and it won't become a burden for them. They want to be there for you and support you. And even I feel like therapists are also coming from that place as well, of just really no judgment and just being there. And I think it's so important to let out the heaviness that is inside so that you can have the freedom to allow your body to heal. When we hold things in and keep things bound up, it limits us from our body being able to heal and restore. Mm-hmm. And also that being bound, it really can sometimes tell your nervous system, like, something's not right, something's wrong. Mm-hmm. And those emotions and fears and anxieties do bottle up. They do come to the surface at a certain point. And so it's good to really release and have a emotional release as you're going through something hard. And even if you're not going through something hard, it's so good to have that release. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What are sometimes we don't know what to talk about or how to open up. What are some nonverbal ways that we can have that release and kind of let go? And one example is, I think, holistically, is sometimes getting a massage.
Yeah.
Could be
self-love.
Self-love, like to release the pressure from your muscles and your skin is one way.
Yeah, totally. I think also journaling is so great. Mm-hmm. Before I even was really honest with people, I journaled a ton. Journaled so much throughout all this, and that is a way to release and also get your thoughts right and understand.
Process your thoughts, yeah.
Exactly, process your thoughts and like have clarity what's going on and all of that. I would also say, I guess, like, for another release as well is like breathing, like really focusing on breathing, and maybe having a breathing technique that you follow is super helpful for the nervous system. I've been learning more about that recently. Mm-hmm. And then acupuncture. I love acupuncture. Yeah. Anything that helps your vitality, spending time, with friends and family, or your dog or your cat or animal, or, doing like light walking or things like that just get your mind off of what's going on and also give you a fresh perspective and help you to
Some people say connecting with nature.
Yes, that's such a good one.
Yeah.
It is.
Walking barefooted.
Yes, being barefoot.
Yeah.
Grounding, it's good for you.
Just as long as you're not walking on fertilizer.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, you got to watch out for those.
Yeah, well, watch what you're walking on.
Yeah.
No, that's great. Like these different ways of releasing and just opening up. And then different verbal ways, I've heard people like screaming sometimes.
Yes, you can do that. And I just thought of another one is dance, like some kind of art form as well, whether you're painting or something like that is so great too. Being creative is such a good thing.
Yeah, creativity, different forms of expression.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's all
wow, you got me
medicine.
thinking. I was like, wow, I should be trying to do some of these things daily. Like,
Yes, it's good for you. Yeah, I feel like it's medicine. It really is.
you know, one thing that I really enjoy that's a great release is biking, and for some reason it connects me to being a kid again.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's one of those things like, wow, it's just like this is one of those rare feelings that I get, like that I can connect immediately to being like 10 years old and that feeling, you know. So
Definitely.
yeah,
That's a good feeling. Always connecting back to that childlikeness. Yeah.
very cool. So your part of your mission, you talk about walking alongside individuals, uncovering the root causes of illness. What does that mean to walk alongside somebody?
Yeah. So for me, what I'm wanting to do right now, and I'm in school, I'm studying Chinese medicine at the moment, and I'm wanting to also go to school for psychology. I find our brains so fascinating. And so I want to have more educational as I'm walking in this journey of wanting to help people. And I would love to walk alongside them and as really like their friend or just mentor even, and help them through what they're facing so that they feel like they're not alone. I feel like I've been really blessed in my life to have such a great tribe of people around me and such great support from doctors that's not everyone's story. And I would love to give back to people what I feel blessed from God to have, to give back to them and help them.
That's great. You know, we all need somebody that could walk next to us in life, even just for a small portion. Many of us don't have that, and for those that do, we're extremely lucky.
Yeah, it's very true.
But to get that, sometimes you have to be vulnerable and ask for it.
Yeah,
because
true.
people don't necessarily know.
Yep.
Yeah. And when you do, I find like you're surprised, like who will come out of the woodwork to help you.
Yes, exactly. You never know until you start talking about it, and then it's like, oh my goodness, this is such a blessing.
Isn't it?
Yes.
So what does it mean to you to pursue the root cause instead of managing symptoms?
Yes. Wow, that is a great question.
Because like with Western medicine, oftentimes we're covering things up with aspirin or Tylenol or ibuprofen and getting rid of the pain, hopefully instantly.
Yes.
But it's not actually getting rid of the symptom, right?
Yeah, the deeper source. I would say figuring out the deeper source is really doing a lot of introspection and time in prayer, just time, just really going deep within and choosing to heal from the inside out. I think where the root cause lies, there's a lot of areas that can contribute to the root cause. And for me personally, I found that understanding and healing from trauma that I experienced in my life and walking through forgiveness of forgiving myself and forgiving others, that is one root cause that is so healing to the body to figure out and also walk through. And then also looking at like where are these symptoms coming from? It's easy to prescribe someone medication, and I am on medication, so I have nothing against modern medicine. I think it's very helpful and can help you get to the root cause. But I think when you're trying to get to the root cause, you need natural medicine to come and do the further work, because I feel like when you see a naturopath or a practitioner, they have this way of explaining the body from this, holistic point of view and helping you understand what's going on deep within your tissues and within, your organs and things like that can give you a deeper understanding of what is happening. And so whether you need to change your diet or you need, to take something that, is more natural. I think a diet is a big one. What we eat, the food that we ingest. A lot of people have great results and have seen a lot of inflammation go away just by changing their diet.
Yeah, I've seen it within myself at times.
Yes, yeah.
One example that I personally have is I did this challenge or this movement. It's called 75 Hard.
Yeah.
A lot of people are doing it. So I changed up some of the things I was consuming, and so I took away processed sugars and over-processed food.
Mm-hmm.
And I lost so much weight in 3 months.
Yes, it's crazy. It's instant. You really can see the difference of like our body tells us what it doesn't like. And I think that's like kind of a trial of error of figuring out like, okay, this food for me, my body doesn't like, sugar, body doesn't like, figuring that out and then honoring that, it changes. You see such good results from doing that.
It was a challenge though.
It is a challenge. That's why it's 75 hard.
Yeah. It was such a challenge. And I want to get back to that again.
Yes.
And I will.
You will.
And
exactly.
I do. And I do, like, maybe not every day, but most days I try to avoid processed sugars.
Yeah, that's a good one. Processed sugar for anyone out there, but really people who have like autoimmune diseases, that is the number one trigger.
Is it really?
Oh yeah, I notice right away, like when I don't eat sugar for like a whole month and I have more processed sugar, my joints start to ache more, I start to feel more inflammation, and I'm like, oh, okay. I should not have done that, but it was worth it in the moment to have a little sweetness.
Yeah, moderation, right?
Yes, exactly, yeah.
So I keep hearing this as like food is medicine.
Yes.
And we should start looking at it that way.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely start looking at it that way.
So if we're eating Chick-fil-A and McDonald's every day, like the writing is kind of on the wall.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah, not saying anything bad about it. So,
no.
But I'm just saying if you're doing that every day, that's your medicine.
It's true. You need to, it's good, not, telling people what to do, but it's good to look at your whole life and your whole environment. And that's really what holistic medicine is it's just looking at what's around you and not just like what physically is happening, but what your thoughts are, what is in your environment, what you're feeding your body, how is your nutrition and exercise and different things like that. It's looking at yourself from a bigger whole picture, and it's all medicine.
What about, like you said, thoughts? Like how do thoughts come into play in this?
Oh, that is so good. Thoughts are huge, and this has been something that I've been really studying and learning. There's a fabulous neuroscientist. Her name is Dr. Caroline Leaf, and she has a lot of information out there, podcasts and books and different things, and she has studied the science of thought. And this is also studied from other neurologists too, that are, when we have any thought pattern that forms, it looks like a tree. Like the neurons look like a tree in our brain. So we have healthy trees and we have negative trees. And each tree, when we are fixating, let's say you're fixating on negative, then that's going to be the tree that continues to grow and grow and grow. And so your thoughts will go back to that negative thing you're fixating on. And then it'll like affect your outside world, because if you're thinking and you're dwelling on that negative thing, you're going to see people in a negative way. You're going to look at your situation
and you're emitting that energy.
Exactly. Yeah. And that tree just gets stronger and stronger.
Inside your mind?
Inside your mind. Yep. The branches grow. They grow. Each thought becomes a new branch.
I heard of something called, they're in a rut. And I'm curious if your neurons keep firing in your brain and they keep firing in that same tree, and that tree keeps getting bigger, so it's creating a pathway, a stronger pathway. And what I understand is that's where getting in a rut means, because now it's getting easier and easier for you to start thinking in that pattern, but harder and harder for you to get out of that pattern or reformate a different tree.
Yes, because we become comfortable. You become comfortable in it because you are kind of getting a benefit from it. It's not necessarily making you feel good, but it's been your life for so long that you're like, well, this is all I know.
It's your identity.
Yes, it becomes part of your identity, which is so not how we're designed to be.
Yeah.
And I'm also like, I'm still learning about all of this. So everything that I just shared, like, go do your own research and stuff, and I might not be fully right, but I have seen it in my own life that when I started to change my thought patterns, I noticed immediately so much brain fog lifted. And I noticed like just having these thoughts of life and hope and joy, and really knowing that I'm not defined by my circumstance, and like helping my brain see that. It's helped me get through the pain, and it's helped me even have less pain.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I have this person in my life that I know, and he looks at things negatively a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know this person, these people in our lives, and we might love them. They might be family. But over the years, I'm watching this negative energy, this, call it the tree formation in the brain, getting bigger and bigger. And instead of it just being a once in a while feeling, it turned into their personality. And that personality, I also see like heart problems or health issues. And to me, I'm no doctor, but I'm like looking from the outside inward towards them. And I'm just like, if they just maybe cleaned up their thoughts to something more positive,
yes,
they probably could have a healthier heart. I don't know if it's too late, because it can become too late. And, or maybe that they would have healthier relationships around them, right?
Yeah. You bring up such a good point. And something that is known is that I just learned recently is that it's 16 inches from your heart to your brain, and you want your heart and your brain to integrate, and you do, because it's part of who we are. Like we're made to be that integration. And I think it's so easy to let the negative control your life because you don't have to put in the work to change. It's easy to not go to therapy. It's easy to think that you're fine. But when you do the work, when you actively are seeking that healing, it's so worth it. And you gain energy. You gain this like exuberance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely could see that. And it's not easy.
No, it's not easy. Definitely not easy. And you have to take that into consideration. It can be hard, but you are like life. I believe that we're meant to live on this earth in the abundance that of life that can offer us. Like heaven is on earth now, and you can access that. And it's not going to be easy because we live in a world that it just is hard.
Yeah.
But I feel like we can get to that place.
I agree.
Of fullness. Even if your life doesn't look like it, you can have it internally.
You could probably reach it several times a day at least.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
If not once.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to go to a break, but I'm Chris Erdmann, and you're listening to the show Made of More, and tune back in as we're talking with Alia Joy of Organic Design.
Talking about guns with others might not always feel comfortable, but it could save a life. Here's a way to start a conversation. Your family is going over to your neighbor's home for dinner for the first time. How would you ask if there are any unlocked guns in the home?
Hey, we're so excited for tonight. Before we come over, though, may I ask if there are any unlocked guns in your home?
Our guns are stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access.
Awesome.
Learn how to have the conversation at agreetoagree.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Hey, JD, do you want to have a better life?
Yeah. Doesn't everybody?
Yes, we do. How do I go about doing that?
A good place to start would be listening to our new show, Staying Power.
What's it about?
It's about all the ways we can overcome the challenges that we sometimes put in front of ourselves to live a better life.
Where can I find it?
You can listen to it on 1150 AM KKNW every Wednesday at 4 p.m. and Fridays at 9 a.m. or wherever you get your podcasts.
Let's do this together every week on Staying Power.
Hello, I'm Chris Erdmann. Every Wednesday at 8 a.m. on KKNW, I sit down with inspiring entrepreneurs, creative minds, and game changers to uncover the real stories behind their business. On my show, Made of More, we explore the challenges that they've overcome, the breakthroughs that they've celebrated, and the mindset that drives them forward. If you're ready to unlock your full entrepreneurial potential, Made of More is the show for you, because here we know you are made of more. Every Wednesday at 8 a.m. on KKNW.
Giving local voices a chance to shine. Alternative Talk 1150.
Welcome back to the show Made of More. I'm your host, Chris Erdmann, and we've been talking with Alia Joy of Organic Design. And during the last session, we've been talking about mindset and our thoughts and the power of our thoughts and feelings and how they can transcend us into a great space or transcend us into actually a negative space, and how we can become either one of those things given enough time and given enough work or non-work if we want to be a slave to our negative feelings. And not just that, but whether we want to submit to what other people think about us. And I think you have a quote about this.
I do, yes. So my all-time favorite motivational speech out there that I've seen is from Les Brown, and you can look at it on YouTube. It's called "It's Not Over Until You Win." And my mom, she's the one who turned me on to Les Brown, and my mom is so great, and she gives me a lot of motivation. And I remember listening to this when I was in middle school, and it encouraged me so much, and it showed me that I can dream big and overcome. And so this one quote from the speech that he gave is, someone's opinion of you does not have to become your reality. And for me, right now in my life, that affects me so much because I'm constantly being told what my body is like and being told that this disease will last forever. There's no way to be in remission. You're going to have this for the rest of your life. Mm-hmm. And like for me personally, the disease that I have could give me a shorter lifespan. And I have to face these like huge, heavy realities, and that can come and become fears. But I love this quote because it's so true that someone can say that can be the facts of what's happening, but I don't have to choose to claim it. I don't have to choose to believe it. I can say, no, that's I'm not going to accept that in my life. I am going to be, of course, aware of my health and my body and do the best I can, but I'm not going to accept what is the negative that's being spoken over my life. And I don't want that. So I choose to agree with it.
I don't agree with it either.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with you and Les Brown.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love Les Brown.
I think we all at some time face this. And I think more than once in our life is other people's thoughts, And I really commend the people that have gained a strength where when I look at them, it appears that they're not affected by what anybody's saying about them. Mm-hmm. And in fact, they may even be really balanced when people are saying really amazing things about them and they accept it, but don't let it get to their head. Mm-hmm. The opposite, but also just powering through and not accepting that we're not what other people think.
Yep.
We're what we make of it.
Yeah, we are who like God says we are, and we are the I believe so much that our inheritance is health. I believe that so much, and that our like inheritance is to live like heaven is on earth now. And I think that can feel so like not true because of the difficulty that life brings.
All the challenges.
Every
day, even just getting out of bed.
Literally, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's that constant choosing to agree in truth.
Yeah. I this is something that I think about often, is not becoming what other people think, or not submitting to other people's thoughts, because if that was true, I wouldn't have done a quarter of the things I've done in my life.
Yeah.
And I've gotten to a point in my life where if somebody does say something, I can use that as motivation.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so true. And you're an overcomer yourself.
We all are.
We all are.
Yeah.
It's very true. You listening are overcomer.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I'm curious, what does the phrase "made of more" mean to you?
Oh, I love this that you came up with, "made of more."
Thank you.
I feel like, one, it just sounds really nice to say. It's like, oh yeah, I am made of more. It makes you think.
Yeah.
It really makes you think. And for me, I was thinking about this, like, what does it mean to me? Like, how am I made of more? I think of it like in that way. And I would say like my family and my friends really make me who I am. Mm-hmm. And my, of course, my faith in Jesus, but also like love. Love is so what makes me more as well.
Yeah.
And I just love it too, because it's really like inspires you to like reflect on, oh wow, there's more to life than just what I see right now. I feel like that "made of more" makes you think and look deeper in of like, what are you grateful for?
Yeah.
And to see the light in your life.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Everything that you're saying resonates with me. when you say your family and friends make you and you follow that up with love, I'm like, well, your family and friends are love.
Yes,
right?
They are. Yes,
yeah.
they're gifts.
And you're growing that with them,
Mm.
and your thoughts.
Yeah.
You know, your experience. So I think having you on the show as a guest and your mission here with Organic Design, a nonprofit,
Mm-hmm.
I just think like, wow, you're taking your hardest moment in life or moments, because it reoccurs, these inflammations, your autoimmune that you work through, and you're turning it into a strength. Like you're not letting it define you in a negative way. Actually, you're defining it by saying, hey, this is what I got, and you're coming with me, but I'm going to overcome you, and I'm going to show other people and walk alongside of them, and I'm going to help you overcome yours as well. And it's just like, you're made of more.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And to hear you say that is so encouraging. And it feels so surreal for me right now of like, wow, this is happening. And it's blooming what I've had such a heart desire for so long.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I want to see people healed. I want to see them living their best life and thriving and all that.
Well, I just got to say, like, watching you and hearing about your new business venture and being an entrepreneur on the show today, it's like, you're not 30 years down the road. You're not even 10 years down the road in a business. Like, you're like, you've been on this journey for some time, right?
Yeah.
Over 15 years or about 15 years, right? It's like
about 10.
10.
Dealing with the illness. Yes.
Dealing with the illness, about 15. And so you've been gaining the strength, and now today you're saying, I'm starting this business.
Yes. Yeah. And this is so fresh too. Like this is the ground up right here, right now, this month, literally. And so it's really exciting. And I feel ready for it. And I feel God's hand on it. And it's really, again, it's his, like it's not mine. And I just continue to go after the desire that I see in my heart. And that's something too, like going through this, I had so many visions, but they were unseen visions because all that I could see in the moment was just pain. And my encouragement to people that are listening is continue, take hope and hold on to the unseen vision, that it can become your reality.
It can become, you're going to make it the reality with helping them with their thoughts. Yeah. So what's next for your business?
Well, so we're so excited. I'm creating a documentary about autoimmune disease. And it's something that I'm trying to fundraise right now. And it's going to be the journey of my life. And then we'll have testimonials of other people who have gone through autoimmune and chronic illness. And then we'll also have doctors. So it's educational and just a story that I feel like not a lot of people know about.
Yeah.
And I hope that it will be something that people talk about for a while.
It sounds really great. And you're also starting a cooking show.
I am, in your house.
Yeah, he was in the kitchen there.
I am using the kitchen. I'm part of the family.
Yeah, you are part of the
Erdmann family.
That's right. Is this part of the journey?
This is part of the journey. So I had this fun idea just because social media I love to do, but I try and do good at like doing vlogs and stuff. But I was like, you know what? It'd be way more fun to like have a cooking show, you know, and just have something. And it's such a journey of food elimination, and like eating anti-inflammatory can be challenging.
Yeah.
And everyone's body is so different, and everyone is limited in so many different ways of what they can eat and what they can't eat. And I've just felt like I wanted to do a show cooking about the food anti-inflammatory that I eat, and how you can make it good and how you can have fun with it, and all that's out there. Yeah.
How many shows do you think this cooking show is going to be? Is it going to be possibly ongoing?
I don't know. I'm just going to have fun with it at first and just, make a couple, and then we'll see where it goes.
Okay. Yeah. I'm excited to see what you cook.
Yeah.
And the solutions that you come up with.
I know you'll be able to taste it firsthand.
Awesome. Yeah. I'm excited for that. We'll have to throw a party.
Yeah. Yes. Hopefully I don't burn everything.
Yeah. No, you'll be fine. I got fire extinguishers.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
That's perfect.
So, how can people find you?
Yes. So right now I have Instagram, and it's Organic Design on Instagram. And then YouTube, I have some things on YouTube, not a lot, but that's just Alia Joy is on YouTube. You might have a hard time to find that. So I would
How do you spell that?
Instagram.
Help them spell.
Oh, yeah. My name is Alia and then Joy, Joy.
Yeah, organic design.
There you go. Yeah. So that's how you can find me. That's the best way to find me. That's going to have all the information right now. Hopefully, I'm working on a website. So eventually you'll be able to look up organicdesign.org. So
pretty quickly here.
Very quickly. Yep. This month we'll be having that. Hopefully that will be up. So.
Yeah, let me know if you need any help with that website.
Oh, thank you. Yes,
Yeah.
I would appreciate that.
Okay. And then do you have any room for any new clients?
Yeah, I mean, yes, I'm just now starting. The biggest thing is that I would love is to have people to start donating to the nonprofit, because my hope is to help people financially as well in the nonprofit, to be able to take certain medication, whatever they need, and help pay for medical bills and stuff. To help them in that way. So I would love to get people on board and just talk with them and look at next steps for them as I'm also starting out. But yes, I'm definitely open.
Okay, that's fantastic. All right, so we got people know how to contact you. We got your cooking show coming.
Yes.
Your documentary coming. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't even know I was doing that much.
Yeah, and you're on podcasts already.
This is so fun. You're my first podcast.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah, you're doing great. And and you have a great support system around you.
Yes, I do. Oh my goodness, I have solid friendships, and I feel so thankful for my parents and so thankful for my family, and oh my goodness, I wouldn't be here without them.
And then your mom, Donnie Ray.
Yes, and she was on your show too.
She was.
A couple weeks ago.
Yeah, she did.
Yep.
She's great. She's just a ball of energy, and I
She
see
is.
where you got some of that from.
Oh, definitely. I mean, she got me into therapy at age 5. I was in therapy such a young age because she just knew how important it is, especially after my parents divorced, and her and my dad were like, "Yep, there you go, going to therapy."
That's very, very insightful. Yeah, it really helps having a parents with that level of awareness.
Yes.
And to be open with it, their journey, because it's obviously rubbed off on you having that your own level of awareness.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
It has a lot.
Yeah. Well, I just want to say thank you for coming to the show, being on the show today, and making your way through here in the rain.
Yes, it was worth it. Oh, it's such a blessing to be on your show.
Yeah, thank you. And it's going to be your birthday, so this is basically your birthday show.
It is. My last day of being 23.
Well, happy birthday.
Thank you so much.
All right. Well, you've been listening to the show Made of More. I'm your host, Chris Erdmann, and we've had the privilege of interviewing Alia Joy of Organic Design, the nonprofit. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for tuning into this episode of Made of More on KKNW. Whether you're on the road, at the office, or listening from home, keep chasing what lights you up, keep building what matters, and never settle for less than the life you were made for. You are made of more. More purpose, more impact, more joy. Made of More is part of the Speaking Current network of shows and podcasts, all of which that are dedicated to inspiring listeners to build lives of meaning, connection, and value. You can find the Speaking Current network of shows, including Made of More, wherever you get your podcast. You can also find us on YouTube. Until next Wednesday at 8 a.m. on KKNW, I'm Chris Erdmann. Stay bold, stay inspired, and stay made of more.